took the high road, and it all started in Cambodia when I actually met a tuk-tuk driver, and I asked him how much it would cost to take me back to London, and he said, no, I can't do that, I can't do that. And I said, okay, well, just in theory, if I got your visas and I paid the petrol, how much would it cost to take me there? And he said, well, no, that's not the point. The point is that you can't drive a tuk-tuk that far. It just won't make it. So there was a seed planted in my brain that, I thought, yes, you can. I'm sure you can drive a tuk-tuk that far. And that was it. That was where the idea was born. And about 2 years after that, I was just sort of thinking about it. I ran it past Kev, and he thought it was a great idea as well. And then we started planning.
Yeah, and the initial thought was to drive a tuk-tuk to Cambodia and then drive it back. And we both decided that it's a good idea, but we might as well carry on. Instead of coming back, carry on and go around the world and aim for a world record at the same time. So yeah, that's what we did.
So it was about 18 months of planning altogether. There was a huge amount of paperwork to be done. We spent late evenings working into the night, looking at maps and plotting journeys and working out miles and working on our website. And we spent a huge amount of time trying to get sponsors on board that would like to be advertised around the world to the people that we're going to meet. And then finally on the 15th of December, 15th of September. We set off into, and our first stop was France, which we both know very well, and we headed from France down through to Switzerland, and then we came over the Alps, which was quite eventful because we actually lost our brakes coming down the mountains. So we were coming down the Alps in a three-wheel vehicle, which isn't designed to be on a mountain, with no brakes at all. Or well, maybe 10% brakes, and it was just it was scary. Yeah, it was quite frightening. It was quite frightening, to say the least. We're sort of a little bit out of control, just trying to hang on around the corners, basically.
Yeah, finally, eventually we got it sorted out there. We managed to sort of pop into a garage in Pisa, and they sorted out the brakes for us, and then. About a day afterwards? Yeah, a day afterwards, the brake pipe burst. So we had to go through the whole procedure all over again. But that's all fixed now.
Yeah, good. From Italy, we went to Slovenia, and then to Croatia, and Bosnia, Serbia, Bulgaria, and then into Turkey. Where we had to stop in Istanbul for a while to sort out some visas, and then we started making our way over towards Iran, and then
we came from Iran. Crazy driving in Iran. So we came down to southern Iran and shipped to the Emirates. But our time in the Emirates has been
fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic.
It's been a highlight of the trip so far. It really has,
without a
We've
doubt.
almost been here 2 weeks now, and it's just fabulous. It feels like a couple of days, and all the days just go so quickly because we're just having so much fun here. We're touring around, looking at the wonderful sights that Dubai has to offer, meeting a lot of wonderful locals, and talking with a lot of press as well.
Yeah.
We're going to try and push to get the Burj Khalifa as added to the list of world wonders. For me, it is a world wonder. It's absolutely incredible, the architecture and the immense magnitude of a building that big. To me, it is a world wonder. I mean, obviously, we're not part of anything official to do with the world wonders, but it would be, as far as we're concerned, I think it would be great to be able to push that point that maybe they review the list every 10 years or so. I think the last one came out maybe 4 years ago, so hopefully next time it'll get on the short list at least.
I think part of our mission statement was to see the wonders between the wonders. So that's sort of a key thing for us, is to just highlight all these incredible places and say, these might be the 7 modern wonders of the world, but what about this place? What about this place? You know, because some people miss them.
Tell me more about it. What's your mission?
Our mission is to drive around the world, visiting the 7 modern wonders of the world. Okay, but most things in life we see are, we have an objective, but it's not just the objective, it's all the bits in between that are probably more important than seeing this particular thing and seeing this particular thing. It's all the sort of the journey in between, the people, the places that we see, we visit. So that's the bit that was really sort of key to us. We're trying to sort of raise awareness for certain things, for charities that we hold dear to us on the website. So we want to make everybody aware, and we know that throughout the world everybody sort of knows of these or has been affected by this in some way or another. So we sort of, you know, the world's not as big as everybody makes it out to be, and we want it to be apparent that that's the case.
And after this big journey, like traveling to so many countries and sleeping in the outdoors and everything, how do you see yourself once you finish the journey going back into normal life? Are there any other projects in the pipeline where you always want to travel? It's probably difficult to get reintegrated into like a normal life again.
Yeah, I mean, Alex has done a lot of travelling already, and it's now, I think, a bit time where you were wanting to sort of settle down and...
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm quite adaptable. I can go, last time I went travelling, I went for a year and came back, and within 2 days I was back in a job and working the 9 to 5, and it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't make much of a difference, and I can sort of leave a job and go travelling and then come back, and there's no integration time for me. It's just much of the same, and I think that's the plan when I get back, is to sort of just, you know, do the same thing I did, integrate straight back into it and do that. And you know, if another opportunity presents itself further down the line, then you know, then sure, I'll jump at it. But you know, in the meantime, it would just be nice to sort of have my feet firmly on the ground for a while.
And how did your friends and family receive the news when you decided to travel around the world in a tuk-tuk? What was their initial response?
I don't think most of them believed us.
They didn't
believe you.
No.
But now they do. I mean, like Kev said, I've done quite a bit of travelling, so I don't think anyone really noticed that I went. So they just, I stopped going out, you know, with them, and they were like, oh, maybe he's gone travelling. So, but I think it was a little bit more of an issue.
A lot more of an issue for me. I've got 2 children, and so to leave my children behind was really quite difficult. But they understand, and you know, I think they're very proud of the dad to be doing that. I think also it gives them an incentive to be more adventurous in their lives and to make sure that they can achieve something and go out and do something and see, you know, the wonderful places that are around the world, and there are some incredible places. The hospitality the world over has been just incredible. You know, people have been so accommodating and understanding, I think, with the fact that we can't speak their language.
Everyone's got a lot of patience with us so far, which has been really nice. And I think the sort of general theme for everywhere we've been so far is the people have just been incredible. Yeah. And you know, I think certainly in the West it's time to sort of shed some stereotypes and just actually people should get out there and meet people around the world, because you know, from what we've found, everybody's really nice, and they just, you know, and they want to extend their hospitality.
So it's not only like a physical journey from A to B, it's like also like a spiritual journey almost, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes, for both of us, very much so.
Yeah. And you're just at the beginning, really, so
yeah.
There's a lot.
And so far it's been incredibly humbling, you know, and you see a lot of things that we take for granted so much in the West, certainly, and yeah, it's humbling to see, you know, people that don't have what we have, and so.
But they'll give away what little they do have
Yeah.
to strangers, whereas we're a lot more sort of closed doors in the West. You know, and we've got such a huge amount compared to some of the people that we've met, but we're just very standoffish, and you know, we live behind, you know, in much more of a sort of gated community, as it were, which is a shame. So hopefully we'll be able to bring back some of what we've learnt around the world and spread it around in England, in the UK.